Hey, what's going on, guys? It is WillHellmm here, and we are back with another episode of City Skylines. Now, today we're just kind of continuing with what we were doing and building on what we have already built. So, first of all, in this area, I had just done the ground cover and nothing more. So, I wanted to go ahead and fill that out because it was looking a little bare. But once I put in the trees there, it started to feel a lot more full and a little bit nicer. And another thing I had to do was go ahead and expand out this way. So what I had to do was I had to raise up the roads so then they were even, and I could continue with what I'm doing with the whole walkways right on the edge of the roads. And it starts to look pretty nice once I get the hang of it. And it's just a matter of finding the buildings I like, putting them down, and continuing. Now, I really like this area. It ends up looking pretty nice. It's the same thing with the other side. It's just, I've really enjoyed doing the roads on the edge like that, just with the actual walkways. And it does make the city feel a lot nicer than it would otherwise. And I really want to keep the city kind of flat in the center. There's not much like variation in height because if there was, the like pathway there would look a little odd and not that great. But it does end up looking pretty nice here, and I'm very happy with how it kind of turns out. I really like the whole look I was going for with this build, and I kind of miss it. I should come back to this after I do my next fall theme for this. It's just a matter of putting the trees down the way I like it there, but gosh, it does look pretty good, like eventually. Now over here, I'm just kind of working on the expanding the river so then kind of works better, because I have a dam up there for the power. And the river just kind of cuts through. So I thought, alright, let's make it a little deeper so we don't have to worry. And over here, I have finally started on the permanent area for all of the dump trucks and stuff to go to. Because before, it was just kind of temporary in the middle of the city. But now, the way I'm doing it, it's finally actually complete, like, in that area. It's a permanent fixture right there. And one of the things I do like about the city is that I don't use a lot of the highways. I use the highways I was given. But other than that, I don't really go ahead and build a bunch more. I do that in some of my other builds because I've been using my own maps where I don't really do the highways as complete because I figure if you're going to build a city, you kind of want to do it yourself. You want to have it so then it's actually what you want, not just what the map creator thought would look cool. So I kind of keep the highways more barren and then fill them out later. But in this series, the map kind of came with a pretty good highway system, so I kind of kept it. I'm like, okay, I'll keep it. And I didn't want to add a lot because a lot of highways kind of take away from the city. It's kind of like one of those things where I just study architecture and stuff and urban planning. I watch videos on that, and I just really don't like highways that much. I try to not have highways if I can, or at least have very minimal highways sprung throughout the city. But I really like the look of brick, and I wish that there were more like nice looking brick buildings in City Skylines or in the workshop. But I haven't found many that are super nice, which kinda sucks. But it's like, what am I gonna do? One of the other things is that if you're doing the just grow bowls, having a corner area that isn't a perfect square doesn't end up looking that nice because there are a lot of awkward spaces. And she can only like really achieve a good look if you are using an actual good like asset from the workshop. It's kind of difficult, but I'm trying my best to figure out different ways to make things still look good without making it look too awkward. And I think I do a decent job, especially here, because once again, I've decided to not have it be back to back, and I think it works a lot better with the growables if I do that. If I have some space in the back where people can walk around and stuff, it makes it look a lot more natural, because then the spacing is like, oh, it's just another way to get to that back area. It doesn't feel as awkward, especially once I get some of the buildings that are like right next to each other. It does look pretty good, and I'm very happy with how at least the edges of the city turn out. The center, where it's just kind of all filled in for the sake of being filled in, doesn't look necessarily the best, but at the same time, it does add a little bit to it. I know these episodes are short, and there's not a lot being done. It's just me kind of filling out a little bit, and then a lot of awkward spacing of time. But overall, I do think this does turn out really nice, and I'm very happy with how this city ends up looking. Is it paused? I have no idea. No. But I wonder what I was doing. That's like a question that I've been having when I do these. I just don't know what I'm doing in them. We'll see. Looks like that's it. Are you kidding me? Oh, no, here we go, I'm back. Wow, these are great videos, am I right, guys? I'm so good at making videos. It's been too long, way too long, apparently. Anyways, we're about to wrap up here. It's just a matter of filling it out more, and it does look pretty nice there, especially with the trees. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.